All right, guys, good morning. Good morning. Welcome to our morning note. It is March 10th on a Wednesday, 2021. My name is Carlos Garcia, founder and CEO of G.A.R Capital. Thank you so much for taking the time out of your day to join us today and every morning, 9 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. Before we begin, make sure to click the bottom right-hand corner of your screen, turn on notifications, subscribe to our channel, and like our videos. Really do appreciate it as always. Let's go ahead and talk market, shall we? Dow futures up 180 currently. NASDAQ futures pushing again, up about 101 points. Very nice to see. S&P futures up 0.46%, 38.90. 39.01, big level for evening futures. We'll talk about that. Russell 2000 futures up 0.80%, 2264. Bitcoin futures up 3.42%. Spot Bitcoin is now at 56,175. Crude futures up 0.81%. That's good because I still have some ExxonMobil stock. Some ExxonMobil calls. Crude oil inventories are report today at 10:30 Eastern. Gold futures up 0.06%. Silver futures down 0.32%. Copper up 0.77%. Euro dollar 119.15, up 15 pips for my forex people. Dollar yen 108.40, down 10 pips. And the VIX is down 5.24%, while the dollar is slightly down 0.09% at 91.87 currently. Okay, so we had some news today. CPI index was actually weaker than expected, so inflation isn't that rampant as people feared, which would bring yields up. We also have a 10-year bond auction today. Let me go ahead and see if I can get that info here. Exactly what we have on the economic calendar. Mortgage applications were worse than expected. We have consumer price index today, which we had 1030's inventories and the treasury statements at 2. I believe that's what the auction results are. So that's where we are right now. Let's take a look at some pre-market movers together and see what's moving and what's shaking out there. Okay, pre-market movers. Express is up 25%. Pre-market AMC is up 3.9%, even though they were just downgraded by a bank. I just tweeted it out. Let's look at the Dow. What's moving? Apple's up slightly. No, they're up slightly, 0.09%. Boeing up 1.64%. Disney up 1.38%. They have 100 million streaming users. We caught Disney calls this week. Coca-Cola up 0.43%. Cisco up a quarter point. Let's see. JP Morgan up 0.48%. So financials are still getting some love too. S&P 500 here. General Electric down 1.93%. They spun off their aviation unit. Carnival's down 0.76%. Tesla up 2.65% after being up 20% yesterday. Pretty nice if you bought dips. AMD up 1.30%. Boeing, okay, we talked about. Qualcomm just increased their dividend 5%. They're up 1.73%, and ExxonMobil up 0.42%. American Airlines up 0.19%. Tesla is now pushing up 3.7%. Very nice. Again, that's my second largest position in my portfolio. Not by design. It's just that it moved up so fast that it just the gains, obviously. Baidu up 1.75%. PayPal up 2.58%, even though this lady here, Kathy Wood, has been selling PayPal and buying DraftKings. So there you go. All right, so that's what's moving, what's shaking today. Again, really good news on the inflation front. Let's take a look at E-mini futures. Again, that's where I look at mostly. We're going to go ahead and expand this out here. 39.08, very key level. If we do break that, then I would try to get back into the long of getting to long on futures, and I would target the highs of 39.59 for probably about 50 points, and then put the SL right at 38.80, and that should be okay. But a very, very solid trade if we break that level. Again, it rejected 3900. Where 3900 was basically resistance. If we do break, again, we find more points. If we break above that, then definitely I will start taking a look at going long on E-mini futures. I saw some unusual options activity yesterday on Western Union. Right now the bid is at 25.78. So the ask at 25.78, the bid is at 24.87. So pretty much midpoint now. If we do open at 25.78, that'll be above yesterday's high, which was an all-time high. The one I'm in for Woo, which is Western Union, I keep saying Woo like Wu-Tang, 26s for May 21. That's where I saw the unusual options activity, and I posted on Instagram. So I'm in that, and let's see what we get. Again, tons of time. Again, I like following the money there, especially with a repeat call buying on those contracts. So let's see what we get. Let's answer some questions here. Good morning. Your thought on IWMBA, AAL. IWM we hit yesterday. We had a signal on it and we took it. We had the 225 calls. They're in the money now. We took our money, but again, really the next stop is 226.74. So you're still holding it. Congratulations. You're going to be happy. BA looking very nice. Let's see if we do break above around 236.79, which is that wick high. If we do break above that, then I'll probably target some next week calls on it. To that is AAL. I do have calls on AAL. And AAL pretty much is sideways action. We need to break above 22 today. I do see that we can get to around 22.37 by today. Definitely could see that happening. Tesla's on fire, but I'm not buying calls on it. Just own the stock. Tesla's just way too expensive to trade. 722.72 is your next resistance right over here. So let's go and place that alert. 722.72. Let's see if I can get that going. 722. Let's put 73. A penny above. And you can see that'll be the resistance there. If you do break that, then your next level will be this gap. You can see this gap to fill. Again, it's just very expensive to trade on options. So again, I would, right here will be the gap to fill right around 781. So, I mean, I don't think you're going to get that this week. So it's going to be a very difficult one to trade because it is a Wednesday. But again, if you're a shareholder, you still hold it. Nothing has really changed on my view. I'm still holding it. Snapchat and FCL moving a bit. Let's see. Snap. Yeah, tech is up very nicely. Snap is up 57.80. Nothing really there on the chart to really play. If you start breaking 58.44 maybe. Fuel cell, again, up as well. Blink was up nearly 20% yesterday. We own shares in that. Nice to see that. But again, same thing with fuel cell. You need to get above 18.38 to confirm break. How do you see NIO going before it reverses again? Well, that's the assumption if it reverses again. I do think the worst is possibly over. Remember, we hit correction territory and we bounced. NEO, I'm waiting for the break of 45.41. If we break that, then I can start taking a look at some calls there. Again, I own shares, so nothing has really changed on my end. So let's go ahead and, yeah, I haven't sold anything. I think a lot of individuals have been panic selling, which is not smart. Again, unless you need the money, guys, it doesn't really matter. Intraday fluctuations, month fluctuations, unless you're trading it. If you're an investor, it's the same old, same old. PayPal going right now too. Yeah, we talked about that pre-market. Again, all the tech, you can see just a little bit of a slight V-shaped recovery, but nothing meaningful in terms of bounce levels here. So again, it's just going to take more time to wait. AMD calls looking nice. Same thing. You guys are all about tech, and I'm all for it. But again, you're still at the same place. You still need a little more. 81.97, 82 for AMD. We can have that conversation. How high can Tesla hit today? 700 easily. I think we open at 700. We'll get a slight little dip in the morning, and really the big level is 722. If it breaks 722 today, I'd be very impressed by Tesla. AMD 80 calls in particular. Well, you're in the money if you're in the 80 calls already. VRTX. I don't know much about this company, Vertex, but you need to break above 220.42 if you're taking a look at it. NQ or NDX? NQ is the future side, so that'd be the one I trade mostly. NDX, no. AMC, yeah, I saw some unusual options activity on it. The $10 calls, we sent that out to our members, and we all caught it, so well done. Looks like it's hitting resistance right around $11.89. If you do have calls, the $10 calls, I would take the profit and move on. AAL long-term hold. I like DAL better. That's one of our top 10 of 2021. AAL's not bad, but again, I like Delta Airlines a little more. XL, largest position, $15 average. Okay, great. Price to add Airbnb and JD. JD, I have it at 20. That's wrong. That's probably old. But I don't own any JD. JD, really, your 200-day moving average would probably be your best bet, 77.98. Airbnb, I own shares. 170 is where I'll add. Oh, no questions today. I just want to say thank you. Hey, you're welcome. BA, yeah, we talked about BA. BA need to get above 236.79, and then we could see if we can maybe target 245, which is the December highs. XLY, good exposure to Tesla options since they're expensive. XLY, yeah, the ETF, yeah, sure. That's not a bad one, sure. Let's see if it has volume. AMD, we just spoke about AMD, assuming everyone has it. AMD, we need to break above 82 before we can even go anywhere there. There's really nothing to play there, and I don't want you to get chopped up. And AMD is notorious for having that move in the morning and then backing down just about minutes later. I've been burned by that. Buzz ETF, any though? Buzz, I've seen what they hold. A lot of the stuff that Portnoy holds, which is Dave Portnoy for Barstool, he started Buzz. I have most of those stocks that he has, so no point in me owning it. Too late to get into IWM for calls? Yeah, but that's already in the money, the 225s. We already got out of that thing. And I talked about it on Twitter. If you're not on Twitter, guys, you're missing out because I talked about the exact level that I needed to break in order to look for calls. WMT, Walmart, one of our top 10 of 2021. Again, I think it's a great company, especially with stimulus coming. Again, more spending should come. I do see 131 breaking within at least the next 30 days. Uber long term is fine. I own it, but right now just pretty much sideways action. BNGO, Boingo, I don't know much about him. It's a $9 stock. I would stay away. UAVS, don't know much about this name either. Looks like it wants to break out here. You could see kind of this resistance here. I actually want to get above maybe around, I would say around $10 to really be safe on that one. And forecast for the 10-year auction. Well, I believe there's going to be high demand from Asia and the Japanese buyers since their yields are so low and our yields are a little higher. Obviously, you're talking about a difference of $1.50 on the yield versus 0.01 or 0.1, 10 basis points. So again, you're getting 140 basis point spread between the Japanese 10-year and the American 10-year. So what they could do is buy the Japanese 10-year, buy the U.S. 10-year, and still have the Japanese 10-year, and then they can make arbitrage based on their currency and government bond yield spread. So I do think there's going to still be demand on these bonds that we have. You talk about XLF's outlook for the next 2 weeks. Do you see financials falling as tech bounces? No, I still think financials still have the catch up to go. Again, you're looking at financials here on the hourly, still hugging that 50-day. Again, we had some XLF this week. Everyone caught it, which was the 35s for May. They caught that. I still think XLF still can hit 35 by May if you're still holding it. But again, right now you're just hugging the 50. Financials are still catching bids. It's just that, again, re-rotation back into tech. Let's see how the market day goes. If you start getting to the point where you don't get high bond demand, financials are going to shoot up because yields are going to go up. So when yields go up, you need to watch financials, you need to watch industrials, you need to watch energy. SOS. I don't know much about SOS. There's nothing really on the chart to play. NASDAQ up to fall through auction. Well, it depends on the demand. If there is not much demand on those bonds, then yields are going to go up. NASDAQ could get affected. Absolutely, because borrowing costs will go up. But if it does meet the demand and everything's okay, NASDAQ should continue chugging along since rates will still stay low. Just a heads up, guys, we have some kind of fake account. It says G.A.R Capital _ on Instagram. We posted it on Instagram. Make sure to report that. That's not us. If they're asking you for anything, do not send anything. Be careful. At the end of the day, we don't try to ask you oh, give us a prepaid number, give us your bank account number or anything. Unless you're unless it's someone, our VP or something like that, or if you're not sure, ask on our DM, the official G.A.R Capital page, and ask hey, does this person work for you? Ask. We've had someone that was scammed out of some money from somebody else saying, hey, I work for G.A.R Capital, and they got screwed out of $3,000. This was months ago. So again, I asked them, why didn't you just ask us? You should have just DM'd us to say, does this person work for you? So again, just be on the lookout. Again, a lot of people could be using our name to take money out of you. So again, if you have any questions at the end of the day, if you're not sure about something, shoot us an email to make sure, garcapital@gmail.com, or DM us directly. It's G.A.R Capital, all one word, on Instagram. Again, we can answer your questions if you have any. Just a heads up. Tesla, let's see, Tesla end of the year PT. Really, I would say end of the year PT. I mean, there was a member of ours at 900. I'm gonna be a little conservative. I'm gonna say $50 less. I'm gonna say 850. I know, not really conservative, but I'll say 850. Yes, I just reported on. Thank you. Anything about the 10-year? Any of the 10-year auction? Nothing yet. I think that's around 2 p.m. today. So we'll report it on Twitter. If guys, I'm telling you, the Twitter, you need to be following the Twitter, man. It's important because all the information is there. I can't put all that information that I do on Twitter, that I do on Instagram, because it just ain't enough. I mean, it's just the platform isn't meant to share information like that. Instagram is meant to share photos. Twitter is meant to share information. So again, any kind of market commentary we have or I have, again, I run the Twitter account. Again, feel free to follow us because we put some really cool stuff there. Thank you so much. Tesla 1,000 by end of day. Hey, from your mouth to God's ears, right? What's the significance of the 10-year auction? Again, if the 10-year auction has a lot of demand, yields are going to go down, which means borrowing costs will go down. Mortgage rates will still stay low. These high-tech companies that are borrowing money can borrow more at a cheaper price. If the 10-year is high and there's not enough demand, rates have to go up in order to attract more buyers, which means borrowing costs go up. Tech companies will take a hit because then if they want to borrow to expand growth, then it'll go down. Remember, guys, if you have high rates, that tries to remove inflation. So again, we're trying to be deflationary. So if you have high rates, what you're trying to do is kind of contract growth. Again, you want to contract growth to lower inflation. And again, when you have low rates, you're trying to spur inflation because you're trying to spur economic growth. It's the cycle of life. All right, guys, we'll leave it there. Have a great rest of your day. Thank you so much for joining me. G.A.R Capital, FX.com is the website. Make sure to click bottom right-hand corner of your screen. Like, subscribe, turn on notifications as always for our videos. I'll catch you tomorrow. Have a good one, guys.